Being overweight is detrimental to many aspects of life. Cardiovascular disease, high cholesterol, hypertension, and diabetes are just a few of the health issues overweight people must concern themselves with. Health problems are not the only aspect of life that are negatively affected by carrying excess weight. The psychological toll that one must pay is also great. Self-esteem, self-worth, body image, and the overall feeling of happiness are impacted. There is a financial price to be paid as well. While it's true that much of the food that aids in obesity comes relatively cheap, see McDonald's Extra Value Meal for an example of this, it's also true that with declining health comes increased healthcare expenses. There's also the fact that in many stores the plus-size clothing costs more. Shirts for men and women, or shirts for men in the big and tall section of Walmart are about $2 to $3 more than their regular-sized counterparts. Due to the reasons listed above, it's no wonder that many people decide to lose weight through diet and exercise. The problem with diet and exercise alone, though, is that it's often not enough. People generally give in to temptation because, frankly, they can. Gym memberships do not cost that much, and that one piece of pie won't hurt, right? As a result of the roller coaster that is weight loss control, an increasing number of people are turning to more drastic measures to ensure long-term success. Roux-en-Y gastric bypass is one such measure. But what's to stop a person from living as they always have post-op? Like many things, the results lay in the preparation. Dietary counseling, psychological evaluation, and a large financial investment are the three greatest reasons why gastric bypass surgery yields long-term success. In this presentation, I will explain how learning to eat right, think right, and spend right before surgery can help gastric bypass patients achieve their long-term weight loss goals. This flowchart shows an example of post-operative surgery dietary guideline for gastric bypass patients. The information was found in the Mount Sinai Journal of Medicine. As you can see, there are 4 main stages of the diet and 3 sub-stages for Diet 3. Each stage builds upon the one before it. These stages are a general guideline. They are not standardized, so they're just a starting off point. Each surgeon may choose to extend or reduce the length of time patients are required to stay in each stage. Stage 1 is the clear liquid stage. It starts on the first day out from surgery, and you're just drinking Crystal Light, decaffeinated tea, water, things on that nature. Stage 2 starts on day 2, and it lasts 2 to 3 days, and it's full liquids, and it can include things like milk and low-sugar yogurt. Stage 3 has the 3 sub-stages. The first sub-stage, 3A, is around day 10, and it includes soft foods like ground-up poultry, cottage cheese, soft scrambled eggs, and mashed beans. The second part includes cooked veggies, really soft, and the final phase adds crackers and proteins. It is noted that you are not to eat rice or bread or any other carbohydrate like that in this stage. And about 6 weeks out, you can start the solid stage, which is all healthy solid foods. And this is the stage you're going to stay in for the rest of your life, according to Dr. Strohmeyer. This chart shows just how strict the dietary guidelines are after surgery and why it's so crucial to learn these behaviors before having it. The psychological burden of having to change your whole eating pattern is tough to say the least, but knowing ahead of time that these are the kinds of things you're going to have to do goes a long way in maintaining sanity when forced to practice them. Okay, so post-operative nutrition is of vital importance, obviously, as we showed here. Learning to eat correctly before surgery increases the chances of being successful because you are less likely to fall back on old habits. According to dietitian Kim Treveri, the majority of people who fail to meet their weight loss goal or to keep it off do so because they didn't follow the nutritional guidelines set out in their preoperative dietary counseling. The psychological evaluations that help expose behavioral factors can also determine long-term success. Many emotional and psychological issues are affected by weight loss surgery, such as body image and the way you actually look at other people because you feel better about yourself. Things like that. Kim Treveri also says that long-term weight loss, or actually Dr. Livitz says in a study in 2010 that long-term weight loss success is greater with patients that conform to follow-up schedules. Those people who go and see their doctor on a regular basis like they're supposed to the study shows that they meet their goal and they have long-term success with it. Also, Livitz says in that study that or shows in that study that people who have support systems such as friends and family around them at the time of surgery and even before surgery are more likely to achieve long-term success. Patients are also required to front a significant financial investment before surgery in order to determine their commitment level. Kim Treveri says that when confronted with the heavy out-of-pocket expenses such as the pre-medical screenings that aren't covered by insurance, many patients choose not to go through with the procedure. Also, the lifelong change in how much money you have to spend on food, because we know that healthy food is much more expensive than unhealthy food. You know, they just choose not to have it sometimes because of that. And the financial investment is a way of determining whether or not a person will actually succeed in the long run, or if they're just going to take it off and then put it back on, you know, a couple years down the road. It's that kind of financial investment that the patient is required to make that will help determine whether or not these people are going to be successful. Dietary counseling, psychological evaluation, and a large financial investment are the three greatest reasons why gastric bypass surgery yields long-term success. Making sure patients receive proper nutrition is crucial, not only for long-term weight loss, but overall health as well. Proprietary dietary counseling goes a long way in ensuring that patients know what they are in for. Weight loss surgery takes a huge mental toll as well. It's important to know well ahead of time if the patient has the right frame of mind to deal with things like change in body image. Is the patient even mentally stable? Preoperative psychological evaluation will help determine these things. Along with dietary counseling and psychological evaluation, there is also a significant financial investment required by every Roux-en-Y gastric bypass patient. Some of the costs include preoperative testing, psychological screenings, dietary supplements, postoperative follow-up, and new clothing. The list goes on and on. Many patients find that once they are armed with this knowledge, support, and monetary investment involved, then they're more prepared to tackle the weight loss challenge from a place of deeper commitment and thus able to achieve success. Are there any questions?
What are some of the other factors that affect the success rate of gastric bypass surgery?
Dr. Livitz, in his study, identifies marital status, physical activity level, preoperative psychiatric issues, social support, and postoperative follow-up as significant factors in determining the chances of excess weight loss. Any others?
What forms of dietary counseling are available to gastric bypass patients?
While there are many diet plans out there, like Nutrisystem, Atkins, South Beach, to name a few, those aren't dietary counseling plans. The Medical Mutual, leading healthcare insurance provider, says that it's either 6 months with a registered dietitian or attending 13 weekly Weight Watchers meetings. Interestingly enough, the insurance doesn't cover any of these costs. If there are no other questions, I'd like to thank you for your time.